So, we are here to do your mid-month read. I hope you can't hear the computer loading at the back. We are working through Mercury retrograde to get these videos uploaded to you. So you're on a slight angle, but we are here nevertheless to do the mid-month read, and it is quite interesting. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a psychic medium as well as a twin flame coach. And I do cover the astrology during the month. So if you are wanting a private booking or you want to join the live sessions on the channel, subscribe and I'll see you on the other side. Now, you've got the ruin that you had this month. I still feel it directly resonates. And I feel that you guys are moving into a space where you're really, it's ending a cycle. There's something on both of your fences, on both sides here, where it's playing out and you're kind of cycling out an old energy. That can be a person, a place, or a thing. And it's almost like don't pay the ferryman, like, you know, needing to, in your belief, end a cycle in some shape or form. And maybe even in your mind, you're feeling that you're not going to have this new chapter. It can be this point where you're looking and you're going, you know, where's the love at? Where are things getting back into a balance? How can we do such? How can we move beyond this point of where we physically are? And, you know, it's really taken me back to the song I heard a few years ago, and it was, are we ever going to be better than this? I'm really feeling that's what's coming through. Yeah, so you might be tuning into it thinking, look, where is this new chapter? Is it in the hangman position? It may be in your mind that it's out of your control or you've done the best you can. You don't quite know what's going to happen. However it's playing out for you, it is a mindset. And with the 12th house of Mercury retrograding in Cancer, it's hitting your 12th house natally. It can be a psychological belief due to the past, you know, therefore is it always going to be this way? So I think it's more a mindset than an actual reality of a 3D, because I can see their energy as well. Now, you'd need to look at their direct zodiac sign and see their conditioning, their placements. And feel free to ask, you know, per zodiac, if I've got time, I may be able to check into their psychology of their 12th house placement and see the way they're looking at things. At the moment, they can be very hard on themselves. Maybe they valued something that was not relevant, maybe where they are right now. So sort of the energy that's coming through with this being a vibration 7, it's almost like seeing the reality of a situation and then coming out of it and going, wow, I didn't see that. I missed that point. They're not seeing the value in a current way of being and needing to evolve and change. But there's also, it's almost like both of you individually have seen a mirrored perspective in some shape or form with other energies surrounding you. Now, maybe things didn't go according to plan, Leo, for you in the past when it came to love. And currently where you are, you're just wanting to go to that high ground. Look, who is it that's going to take me to this place? This can be nostalgic energy as well, looking at it and going, you know, I remember back to the days when life was simple, when love was simple. Now, you might be feeling, is there the ability to get back to that? So you're meditating. The 9 energy is you meditating, okay, what would need to happen in order for us to get to that growth state? Is it on my side? Is it on their side? Is it something, a conversation, whatever that would be? I do feel you're moving forward fiercely like a Leo. And, you know, the video I did at the beginning of the month, I was saying with the hair energy, it's like, you know, you're checking your hair. You're like, it can be sometimes when we're checking over ourselves, is there something that we need to change about our demeanor, about our mindset, about our appearance? With Venus going direct, it's normal that that comes up. But I just feel fiercely you guys are just very rationally going, I need to move forward. I'm going to move away from my fear. If they've got fears, at some point they're going to challenge them. But you feel a bit stuck. You feel they're not giving in to you. You may feel a bit resistant to giving into this person. Now, what I'm seeing on their side is that they've, you know, maybe they were a bit combative. Maybe at the moment, the way you're seeing it, they were really struggling. However they've dealt with this, I'm also feeling as though to get to where you are, there is some sort of something they've needed to do and challenge to come home to self. And I feel they've done such because it's in the past position. This battle that they've been through, and it can't even be this month, has brought them back to themselves, in a sense, to do the shadow work. They're seeing your perspective. They're also knowing what not to use in a lower frequency sense to move forward. They're coming through very, what would the word be? Spiritually. They're not coming through with, what can you give me? They're coming through in a very reciprocal fashion of, okay, this is more than just an intimate connection. They're wanting a reunion with you. They want to bridge this gap. So you can even be with this person. They're wanting to bridge the gap. They're wanting to bring this closer. Now, they're hoping you can forgive them. They're wanting this forgiveness, but they're also working on that shadow energy of self-forgiveness. Feeling more that they're moving into their own alignment of who they are as a person. Now, the energy between you, and this does feel very spiritual in a sense of a soulmate connection, a twin flame connection. The energy between you is celestial. There is this kind of psychic energy between you. It's like you might have dealt with similar things in your lives. You may see viewpoints from a different, from a similar perspective after dealing with things. Maybe had a lot of partners really pull you down, or just situations that, required a lot of change at a spiritual level. I also feel it may have, this spiritual process might have felt like, through the growth, it was a distraction. But you are sort of very similar to male energies rising like the phoenix, and I feel it's all this healing. So there's something occurring between the two of you to heal this connection. But because you have healed, I feel this is what's ushering this person into a balanced state, that they're ready to actually deal with their emotions and their feelings. So because you've purged something, you might have worked through some energy blockages yourself. I directly feel now this has transformed this person, and it's moved them into the vibration of understanding that sometimes we hold these ingrained belief systems that vulnerability is wrong, but they've seen the raw organic way you've alchemized that, and that turning something into gold, alchemy, that they're now in such awe of you, of how you've dealt with your adversity, your transformative state, the things you've changed, the obstacles you've endured, and they're really looking at this now and going, wow, it does make them feel a little bit intimidated, I will say. Even if, it's almost like the poker face energy we put on. We're sort of like, we don't feel that great through that process, but at the same time, it serves a purpose. Okay, they've moved away from, too many, there's about 3 or 4 there. Okay, they've moved out of despair, and they're now having a self-worth value, and they do want to bring you this offer. They also potentially, if there was a home, there's something changing in home, if there were karmics or anything to that degree, they've really moved out of that, and they're moving more into the frequency of being completely attentive towards you. So don't be surprised if you have movement here. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. It's unique because some of these mid-month videos have been very short and sweet, but it's more, the beginning of the month read for you is really long, which I thoroughly enjoyed, might I add, but this one is seeming quite short and to the point. You're going to know, you will sense this change. The reason I'm saying that is because this is your energy. It breaks down to a 5, and it's crown energy. You will know. It's a very, very telepathic connection here. You'll know when you see them, how they speak. Just be yourself. That's all you need to do. I don't feel you're going to be anything that you're not. I just don't. Just the way you've transformed. Yeah, this is a very, very spiritual connection. There's something about your eyes there, and how do I put it? I feel your demeanor, the way you're coming through. The old energy of who you were has come back, but it's very unique. It's very different to how it used to be. So how do I space it? You feel more yourself at the same time you have deeply evolved. So some of that spunk in your character has kind of plonked back. But at the same time, they just adore your eyes. There's something about your eyes. Something to do with your makeup in the way it's very Egyptian. That there's something to do with your eyes they're looking at, and they're really popping out at me. You don't need. It's almost like when you talk, if they're looking at your eyes quite a bit. Yeah, the art of appreciation, like this time out, has given them a lot of time to reflect over this. I don't feel they're able to concentrate at the moment. It's a very telepathic connection. It's very, they're crystal clear. But they can't, they read your eyes, what you think they know, because your body language almost oozes through your eyes. They also like the way your hair blows across your face. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but they are making reference to that. Because I'm sort of seeing you, the way you take your hair, it's a bit like when it's blowing. It's sort of like there's a delicate way you move your hair. I see this person really, really thinking very deeply about you. But they can't concentrate when you talk. They can't. Like, they're away with the fairies. Looking at you. They can hear the vibration and they find your voice very soothing. This is a really interesting read. But at the same time, I'm almost taking the demeanor on of this person like they're a bit like spellbound. This is definitely a twin flame soulmate energy. This is on your scarred path. Something's opening up this month for you. And, you know, collective energy really doing all these videos has shown me that there's so much transforming in these energies, especially with this being a cosmic connection. 9 times out of 10, when if you have met this person and you're directly dealing with them all in the connection, you know, serendipity, it's like you can't quite put your finger on it. And usually if you have had separations and you are a soul tribe member, once you've given up and you think there's no new chapter, it's like it just comes in and you're thinking, God, why does that happen? It's because you have no fixation of attachment to it. So you're back on track. You're in alignment. This is where the movement comes from. I am seeing a joining of this, moving to the next level. Love and light. If you're wanting a private booking, you can go to the link. These energies will resonate probably even into the first 1 to 2 weeks into August. But I will see you many times during the month and for August streets. Love and light.